What is going on, everybody? Lamont on the run today. I'm in downtown Los Angeles. This is the Men's Central Jail here in Los Angeles. This is the Twin Towers, quote unquote, the newer side of the jail. I think it's been here about 30 years. That's the older jail. I don't know when it was built. Maybe I'll put it on the screen. I don't know. So I came out here because I'm doing a story about somebody who was incarcerated at the jail behind me, and a very weird thing that happened to them. But also, a long time ago, this jail had an inmate that some of you guys kind of know. And that inmate was me. Yeah, that inmate was me. I've been in this jail, well, when I came to jail here, the new jail, like half of it was for crazy people and gays. And then the old jail, which was across the street, that was for like regular people, regular criminals like myself. I've probably have been to jail in Los Angeles at least 4 times. So you're probably wondering, well, what the hell did you go to jail for? Well, when I was a kid out in Los Angeles, I used to like to do graffiti vandalism. That's really all I did. I didn't do drugs. I didn't join a gang. I didn't go around selling poison milk to school children or nothing like that. Nothing weird, nothing crazy. Just graffiti vandalism. And a couple times that I've been here, all the times was for graffiti vandalism. So, by the way, if you're that gangbanger with the LA Rams gear on and you're watching this video, leave a comment below and tell me where you're from, Holmes. I wanted to hit you up for an interview, but you look like you would have said no anyway, so no big deal. Let me know if that's you. So anyways, so that was the jail. And like I said, I've been there about 4 times. And, well, you know, the last time I went to jail here in Los Angeles, I'm kind of ashamed to say this, but it was actually not that long ago. It was back in 2012. Maybe I'll tell you guys a little bit about what happened. Well, so the first time I ever went to jail in Los Angeles was, I would think I was 18 for only but I want to say a month. I was 18 for a month, and I went to jail because I got pulled over. Me and my buddy, Young Satch Money, we were walking down the street around 4:30 in the morning because we had been up all night just kind of tagging around town. And the police pulled us over because they're probably wondering what we're doing at 4:30 in the morning, walking down Vermont Avenue. And I had a juvenile warrant from when I was 17. I got caught shoplifting down in Manhattan Beach, and so they took me in on that, and I went to jail. I was only 18. I was a young pup, a young buck. So I go to jail, right? And you know, people, they see me, they see this little kid, and they're like, what the hell are you in here for? And I said, a warrant from like when I was a juvenile. And they was like, oh man, you're gonna go home, bro. You'll be out of here like, you know, Monday. I guess when I got arrested, it was I think it was on a Friday, so I spent the entire weekend in jail. So I am in jail, and well, I don't think I learned my lesson, because I've been to jail several more times after that, but I basically have pretty much been out of trouble for the last 20 years, except for a hiccup that I'll probably talk about in a future video when I come back out here to Los Angeles. But so the first time I'm in jail, right, I'm not scared at all. Listen, I'm not saying I'm a brave guy. I'm not scary. I'm not scared of things, but I wasn't scared of being in jail. It smelled, there was a lot of crackheads, a lot of bums. The food was terrible and it was boring. But you get to talk to other people and you kind of, you know, get a little bit of a life experience from these guys, kind of try to, you know, learn something, like maybe not coming back to jail ever again. By the way, I believe that is the headquarters of the bus company here in Los Angeles. So, moving along, as I see an opportunity to have not learned my lesson. Guys, I really haven't learned my lesson because I see this thing and it needs a sticker. So I like to still do a little bit of vandalism. Okay, very good. Anyways, still haven't learned my lesson yet, but I like to put stickers wherever I go. So check this out. So I go to jail. I'm there about 2 days. And I don't know what day it was, but they opened the door and I'm like, oh, am I going home? No, I'm not going home. For some unknown reason, they're moving me from a jail cell that holds about 50 people, a pretty big jail. And they're moving me to a smaller jail. So they put me in this jail cell, right? And this is a cell that holds about 6 people. There's 3 bunk beds each. I get in there, and already in this jail cell is 3 other guys. There's a Mexican dude, a white guy, and a black guy. I know this is starting off as a joke, but it's quickly not going to be a joke and not be funny. So as soon as I get in, I just say hello to everybody, and I sit down on my bunk, and the black guy that I noticed, well, he looks crazy because he has a bunch of hair missing in his head, like he's going bald, right? Now, normally when guys lose their hair, they shave their head and they do the Yul Brynner look. But this guy, he basically just has patches of hair. And he looks right at me, right? And this guy looks pretty menacing and he looks pretty scary. He looks me dead in my eye and says, "What's up, Sinbad?" And I said, "What's going on, my friend?" And he said, "What you in here for?" And I said, "Juvenile warrant. I got arrested when I was 17 and I never went back to court." He said, "Oh, is that right? You getting in trouble, huh?" He said, "Yeah, don't worry, bro. You're going to be out of here as soon as you go to court. They're going to let you out that same day." And I was like, all right, cool. And then we start talking about whatever. And then he goes to the Mexican guy and he said, "What's up? What's up, Holmes?" And the Mexican guy, he don't speak any English. None. And the guy's like, "What you here for?" And the guy's like, "I don't understand." He goes, "Por qué? Por qué?" Means why, like, why are you here? And he says, he said like something stupid, something that he ain't gonna do a lot of jail time for. It wasn't anything serious. Could have been like selling weed or something. And he's like, all right. And then he looks at the white guy, right? And the black guy's on the top bunk and the white guy's on the bottom. And the white guy's just like, he's on his back, just kicking back. And he goes, it looks right at him and it says, "Why are you here?" And the guy says, "Traffic tickets." He goes, "No, that's not what I meant. Why are you in here with us?" And he goes, "I just told you, traffic tickets." And he said, "No, I don't think you understand what I'm saying. Why are you here with us?" And all of a sudden, he just starts beating the living crap out of this guy. He just starts wailing at him. And the guy's just defenseless. He just covers up like a ball. I pretend that I don't see anything, right? It's just another day in paradise to me. So he must have been beating him up for about 45 seconds. And finally, the guy's like tired and he stops. And the white guy jumps up and he goes, "Deputy, deputy, deputy." And he's like screaming. And then the deputy comes. He's like, "What?" He goes, "This guy just beat the crap out of me." And he's like holding his face. And you can tell like his face is very red. And he says, "All right, come out of here." And then they tell the black guy to come out and they tell him to put his hands behind his back. And they put handcuffs on him and then they move both of them away. Now it's just me and the Mexican vato. And we're just like, I just said like, "Muy loco," and he started laughing. So about 2 days later, right, I go to court. And the judge is like, "Okay, you'll we're gonna have to transfer you to the juvenile court out in Selmar, which is about 15 miles north of here. So I don't get released that day, but the next day they're gonna come and pick me up and move me to Selmar. So I see the judge. I'm gonna be released within 24 hours, he tells me. So I go to the holding tank where we start waiting for the bus to take us from the courthouse, which is down this street right here, and then it just basically drives us 2 blocks to the jail, which is over that tree line. And guess who I see in the holding cell? I see the crazy black guy. And I said, oh crap, here we go again. Who's he gonna beat up? And then the crazy black guy, I'll never forget his face. If I could see his face again, I would immediately know it's him. Looks just a crazy looking guy. And then he's just like talking to everybody, and like he didn't act up, he didn't act a fool. And the next day the bus came to pick me up. They took me all the way out to Selmar, and then they transferred me into the juvenile hall, and I waited in the holding tank for about 4 hours. It was boring as hell. And then finally they opened up the cell door and they said, you're being released. And I said, yay. And I said, when do I have to go back to court? And they said, you don't, time served. I was like, cool. And they released me from the jail, and then I had to take a 2.5-hour bus ride all the way back to my crappy little home that I live with my mother. That, my friends, is the first time I ever went to jail. And probably not gonna be the last. Anyways, I'll catch up with you on the next episode. We'll see if we can find any more guys that are urinating in public. Peace out.